Welcome, my wrestling fans, to Wrestling News, episode number 2. Now, this is your host here, Team RYRY. Follow me on Twitter. It's Team RYRY32. Um, check out my YouTube channel, it's Team RYRY, and also check out my Facebook like page. All the links is down below. I have a special guest for this episode. Okay, my friend, plug your channel and all that great stuff.
Alright, obviously you guys know me by now. It's Fortminorproject. Go check me out on my YouTube channel, Fortminorproject, and as well on my Twitter at DavidVera1989.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dave, to come on board.
No problem, anytime.
Okay, now tomorrow it's a big Raw. We're gonna see Ric Flair. We're gonna see Kevin Nash. We're gonna see HBK, and we're gonna see X-Pac, or AK Sean Walton, and Hogan, and who else is gonna be on the show for tomorrow night? Do you know, Dave?
Pretty much it's gonna be Hulk Hogan, of course Scott Hall, basically an NWO reunion going on, and as well other legends and other superstars are supposed to be showing up. I haven't really checked anything else on the listing since I'm trying to keep it as a surprise as of right now, but you
Yeah.
never know who can show up on the Raw reunion.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good show. Speaking of reunion, Kevin Nash in the beginning he wasn't scheduling because he had an incident with his son, but recently they dropped the charges, so that is a good thing, not a bad thing. So speaking of Chargers, what's your thoughts on this whole thing about his son and Kevin Nash?
Yeah, when I first heard about that, I was actually really shocked on how things went down, and it looks like it didn't turn out to be that great of a holiday for Kevin Nash. So I can understand, or at least come to an understanding of what was going on with the altercation too with his family. So that's really not too much of my business to be discussing that. But it's good that the charges were dropped. He's able to come back on Raw tomorrow night and have the NWO come back. It's going to be really awesome, so that's really going to be well worth it to me.
Oh yeah, plus we have not seen HBK on TV in a while, have we?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, another thing is, what's your thoughts on the first inductee of the 2015 Hall of Fame is the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah, I love the news when I saw it, and it made my day at that time. I thought it was really dope. Well deserved too, as well, might I add. And having Macho Man being able to be the first inductee into the class for 2015 for the WWE Hall of Fame is really awesome. I understand why that they do have Hulk Hogan as the guy to induct him. I can come to understanding to that as well. If you listen to Chris Jericho's podcast, it actually explains a little bit on that a little, but with that being said, as for Macho Man, really cool moment, and so glad he was able to be in this year's class of 2015.
Yes, way overdue. They should have done that when he's alive, but it's what it is, what it is. This is my theory of the Hall of Fame. This is just a prediction. Maybe the next inductee should be Rick Rude because he's way overdue, Dave. Way overdue, you know?
Yeah, I agree too. Yeah, he's one of those guys that should have been in there, and there's quite a few. Can't really name it off the top of my head right now, but yeah, there are definitely other guys that should be on there. So 2015 is starting to actually be a really good lineup for the Hall of Fame class.
Oh, yeah. And it's gonna be just too damn sweet. And Mania is gonna be a good Mania. Hopefully, you know, from top from bottom, inside and out. Hopefully, WWE does a right thing for Mania this year. You know.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Speaking of Mania, this Sunday coming up is the Royal Rumble, and I cannot believe it. Live from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Are you looking forward to this Sunday at the Royal Rumble?
Oh yeah, I look forward into each and every Rumble. One of my favorite pay-per-views, no doubt about it. I was lucky enough to go to the Royal Rumble 2008 a long time ago, so that was really nice and a cool experience. So this year's Royal Rumble is actually looking to be pretty damn unpredictable, especially with the triple threat. but I won't give predictions on that. So it's looking to be a great match, and I hope we get to see some surprise returns going into the Rumble. Of course, we got Daniel Bryan being able to return there. That's going to be really great, and it's awesome to see him back in the ring. So I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, are you kind of mad that instead of having a 40 Royal Rumble, it's gonna be back to 30? Are you kind of bummed out because the rumor was they were gonna have 40 because it's in Philadelphia and they're gonna have old school guys like ECW guys. You know what I'm saying? Are you kind of mad about that or not really?
Not really, since it's the basic tradition for 30 men to actually be in the Royal Rumble like that, but I wouldn't mind seeing the 40-man Royal Rumble come back. The last one that we did have was basically just a brawl, more between the two groups that we had at the time too, with the Nexus and everything. So, with that being said, I'm sure it probably will be back at some point, but I'm not really bummed out that it's not back.
What's your thoughts on last Thursday of the return of SmackDown?
SmackDown, yeah, I enjoyed it. I actually watch SmackDown each and every week, and I don't mind seeing the show. You know, to me, it's kind of those shows that actually are, in a way, somewhat different, not as much as it used to be. It should be. I wish more people would be able to watch it. So now that it's back on Thursday night, still on Sci-Fi at the same time, so just a new night and everything. So I think it'll be able to do well and help them out there too with the ratings and everything. So interesting change up since being on Friday nights, and it's been a long one since 2005 for them being on Friday nights and now going back to Thursday. So I think it'll do well. So far I am enjoying it.
Yeah, it felt weird. Speaking of Thursday nights again, Daniel Bryan looked very, very good shape because I saw it on Friday because I DVR'd because I don't feel like watching it on Thursday. So, what's your thoughts on Daniel Bryan on his ring ability? Does he have any ring rust? You think?
Not so much that I know of. I mean, once he was able to go back up against Kane and then go at it again in that six-man tag team match later on in the night, just shows that it looks like Daniel Bryan is more than ready to be able to go at the Royal Rumble. So I don't see too much ring rust, but we'll see once the Royal Rumble match happens and as everything progresses going into WrestleMania 31.
And plus, he's gonna have a rematch this Thursday against Kane again. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hopefully that's gonna be a good match. Another thing is, do you think Sting's gonna show up before the Rumble, or do you think he's gonna show up at the Rumble?
I'm actually kind of hoping before the Royal Rumble and with the rumors like on is he gonna face Triple H or is he gonna face The Undertaker? That rumor has been going on for years and a long time. So I would like to see it, you know, maybe even tomorrow night on Raw. That would be really cool for the Raw reunion show and everything. I wouldn't mind seeing that, but anything can really happen. He could probably even be in the Royal Rumble match, but that's kind of hit or miss, so it probably won't happen, but I'm just guessing on that, so we'll see.
What's your thoughts on the Mexican wrestling company? What's your thoughts on that when the Rio went there recently?
Yeah, I heard about the video is gonna be at Lucha Underground. I actually just watched the latest episode today, and it's actually really cool. It's got a cool thing going for them, and you can see wrestlers from all over the world, not just Mexico, but you can see guys like Chavo Guerrero on there, John Morrison is there as well, Ezekiel Jackson, just to name a few, and now Alberto Del Rio is looking to be going there. So hopefully things will be able to go well for him. And I'm actually not that surprised that he was able to sign, so that's really cool still overall. Maybe Ricardo Rodriguez would be back with him again, since I really like the pairing and everything. So it is definitely something to look out for, and it's got a little bit of everything for everybody, I think, and it's got a mixture of the mainstream companies and at least that's how I feel about it. So it's definitely well worth to watch it. If you don't have the channel, it is on YouTube and it's on I want to say wrestling .ch on that website too as well. So if you don't have the channel, there are ways to check it out and it's on YouTube as well.
That's good. I thought he's gonna go to TNA. Was that just a rumor for the Rio, or what happened with that?
I think that still could happen, possibly, but I think him being able to go to Lucha Underground is more of the better go for me, I think.
Okay. Do you think possibility he might go back to WWE or no way in hell?
I would like to see that, hopefully, at some point, since his career in WWE was kind of short-lived. I would love to see more. I thought they were going to actually do some sort of storyline on what happened backstage, and who knows, we'll see what happens, and I don't know if we'll ever find out what else really happened, but just by with the interviews that we've seen so far, so I guess that'll be basically it, and we'll see exactly, and who knows what's going to be happening, so hopefully at some point.
I know you're a huge Christian fan. It seemed like he's retired, but I saw reports that he's not retired. What's your thoughts on this whole Christian thing?
The way I look at it, it's still in a way of a touchy subject, and I have mixed reactions about it now. Um, I did hear that he was retired, and they mentioned it at Raw. Then, like a few days afterwards, then they were able to report that he's not retired. So, I would love to see him come back, like at the Royal Rumble in the Royal Rumble match, and to be able to have, one last run and go out strong that way instead of just having him just randomly be retired. And I get that he is injury prone and it sucks to have him like that, but hopefully we'll see. At least maybe of a part-time schedule I think would work for him. But you never really know, so hopefully something like that I think will work for him.
Yeah, it kind of sucks that it happened to Edge. You know, these guys, day out, day in, they never get a lot of rest. But I like Edge better than Christian. But who do you like better, Edge or Christian back in the day?
Honestly, I like them both equally, but I was more of a Christian guy. But I still love them either way. They're really great, and especially how they're so funny and everything, and how they can really take it serious in the ring too at the same time. So they got that mixture going for them, and it just works so perfectly. So yeah, I can't really actually say who I like more, but in a way, if I had to pick one, definitely Christian.
Do you think Christian will be a Hall of Fame down the road?
Oh, no doubt. Definitely.
Same thing for Edge. But do you think they're gonna hold on to that until WrestleMania will go back to Canada or Toronto, or do you think Edge will be in the Hall of Fame sooner or later?
I'm not too sure if it matters at that point, like if it's gonna be in Canada or not, but eventually, yeah, I think Christian will be in the Hall of Fame and then have Edge induct him and everything and have them be in there together, so that'd be really cool. So, whether it's in Canada or anywhere else, it's still gonna be amazing.
Oh, are you going to any live shows or pay-per-views in 2015, Dave?
At the moment, not right now. I have been checking the schedule, so it looks like everything now is either out west or now they're gonna be going overseas too pretty soon. So it doesn't look like it's gonna be happening anytime soon. I want to say probably maybe in the summertime or something like that. I want to go to SummerSlam. That's something that I have my eyes set on too. That would be my first SummerSlam if it does happen. I don't know where it's going to be, since the IZ Center is in trouble of actually being torn down, as it looks like. So I'm not really too sure on what's going on now.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of that, I made episode one of my wrestling news. That's kind of sucks. About it won't be in New Jersey, New York, and I don't know why WWE did not thought of that. It should be in Madison Square Garden. That'd be nice, but I guess WWE wants to go to a big arena. Maybe I don't know. Will be a good place for whole SummerSlam. Do you know any inside scoops, Dave?
The only thing I can think of, and I'm not too sure how they would pull it off, especially for SummerSlam, I was thinking going back to the home for WrestleMania 29 in MetLife Stadium. That's the only thing I could really think of, or somewhere else in New Jersey, so you never know.
Yeah, but isn't that too of a bigger building for a host of SummerSlam? Because SummerSlam is not that big, big. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right, I know they had SummerSlam a long time ago in the big arena. I know they had it when they went across the pond in England. I
Yep.
think that was a big venue. I think they went to a couple other big venues a long time ago, but I'm not really too sure, so I have to check up on that.
But speaking of overseas, I think they needs to go back at the UK, but I don't think that's going to happen because by the time they go out there, we know the results because spoilers, you know.
Right. The only time that they do that now is for the main shows, Raw and SmackDown. I would like to see a pay-per-view over there too for them. I think they would really enjoy that. But hopefully in time, you never know now. Anything could really happen. At least once for a pay-per-view just to see how they go and maybe make some arrangements. But I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell with the time change and everything, and we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. You know, another thing is I heard Jim Ross is going to the Mexican company too. Is that true or is that a rumor?
As of right now, it looks to be a rumor, especially too, what I've seen on WrestleZone. So I would like to see that happen, but we do have Matt Striker and Vampira on there on the commentary table. So if Jim Ross ever does go there, I mean that would be pretty cool. But it looks like he'll be dealing with JPW, so I think he'll be still dealing with New Japan Pro Wrestling at the moment. But hopefully he will be able to go back to the commentary booth for any company, mainly like for Raw and SmackDown again, at least for one more time. I think that would be really awesome.
And I heard rumors that Goldberg might come back sometime in 2015. Is that rumor or is that just a not gonna? You don't think it's gonna happen this year for Goldberg?
It seems to be a rumor. I mean, I saw Goldberg actually posted a tweet on that and mentioning that he would like to come back. I would like to see it. I think that would be really interesting, especially to like the last time since we've seen him. So going out in that way was it really the best too in 2004. So now having been maybe come back, I think that would be pretty cool. We should see some interesting matches depending on who he's going to face and everything. So, yeah, another Goldberg return, that would be really cool. I like when he came back too, well, actually debuted, I should say, the first time, since I never really seen him before, and seeing him for the first time then in 2003 was really surreal and actually cool since I just heard about him and seen him in books and stuff like that. So it's really a cool moment. So I think he would be able to come back most likely.
Okay, let's switch gears and discuss about TNA. What's your thoughts on TNA not being on Spike TV any longer?
Well, the new move for Destination America has been actually really cool as a new change up now from the cameras and the camera angles. Not only that, with the commentary, now we have Taz and Josh Matthews on there as well. So it feels fresh and different. They're on Destination America, so it's actually interesting, even though it's really more of a satellite TV channel, and I do understand that not everybody does have it, but it would have been nice to have it on a local channel where everybody else can get it, but I think they'll do pretty well for themselves. And TNA is looking on up in 2015. Now, I'm sure they probably won't have every show to be great. Not every show is going to be great all the time. I understand that. So, so far, so good, and I'm impressed and I like it.
But why did they move from Spike TV for this channel? Dave, do you know why?
From what I heard, apparently Spike TV just really canceled the deal with them and really wasn't interested in them, and they really didn't promote them, which is another thing that Destination America does really well, and that's the first time, to my knowledge, that they have wrestling on there, so that's something that's going to be really interesting to see what else they're going to be really doing for TNA.
Yeah, because every time I turn the TV on, they have commercials, promotions, and Spike TV never did that to TNA. Never, you know, never.
Yeah.
And that's kind of sad. I know TNA is like the second wrestling company behind WWE, and you hardly see any WWE commercials. Do you ever see any WWE commercials?
Well, I see a lot of them, honestly, on other channels. But yeah, you definitely notice the difference that you can see TNA being promoted a lot, and I see it more often on other channels too. So there is a way to actually get it, but it's gonna be interesting, like I said.
What channels do you see WWE game advertisement? Because I
Uh,
never see.
well, it could be any other local channel. Basically, it's depends on what you're watching, I guess. But yeah, I do see them, especially for pay-per-views, like the Royal Rumble. I've been seeing that lately on other channels and everything. So they are out there, but at different times and stuff. So yeah.
Um, yeah, really quickly. I know you went to the Rumble in '08. How was the experience live?
Going there was really cool. It was my very first pay-per-view, and at the time, that was the time when WWE went to HD and everything, and it was my first time at the Garden. I had been there for house shows before, so being there for the pay-per-view and everything, it was really cool being able to experience that, and I would like to be able to go back there eventually too as well. So it made it well worth it, and I was definitely excited and something I would definitely do again.
I heard rumors that WWE is going to bring back TV-14 sometime sooner or later. What's your thoughts? And you heard that rumor?
I really don't think it's going to be happening. It seems a little far-fetched to me in a way. I guess the word is what I'm looking for. So it seems to be really just a rumor. I don't really see it happening. I mean, I know we have TV-14 stuff on the network and everything, but with all the stuff that they're doing now, especially with all the foundations too that help out with WWE and everything, I don't think they really would go back to TV-14 unless they do it something different. But I don't know. It would be kind of interesting to see how they would do that. I mean, it would be nice to see TV-14 stuff on there, but I don't know. I just don't really see that happening, though, especially since it's now PG and it has been since '08.
Yeah, it's. I think, from my point of view, this PG bullshit is getting watered down, and it needs to go back to TV-14, get a little more edgier. Because how much can you do with the PG stuff, Dave? How much? You can't do
Yeah.
that much.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do. I mean, you can go edgy, and then there's other ways to make the show like that good. I mean, we've seen other shows that were successful that were PG, but edgy and stuff like that. So it has happened before.
Yeah.
Maybe they just need pretty much a turnaround in other ways to, in a way, sort of be like the TV-14, but PG.
Yes. Look, I'll give you an example. Extreme Rules. Why even have Extreme Rules if they can't do hardcore stuff? Because it's PG, not TV-14. You know what I'm saying, Dave?
Right, yeah, they still actually use that stipulation, but they just have the blood less now, so I don't know. It's interesting how that works.
It just don't make no sense. And then another thing is, the Elimination Chamber, I know they eliminated that, now they call it Fast Lane, but when they had it, Elimination Chamber, it's not really that good because it's under the PG era, not the TV-14 era, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same thing for the Hell in a Cell, but I don't know. But speaking of Fast Lane, are you kind of bummed out they scrapped the idea of Elimination Chamber, then they brought up another pay-per-view name called Fast Lane?
Well, in some ways, yeah, I think they still would have the Elimination Chamber match still there on Fastlane. To me, when I think of Fastlane, it's kind of like something out of NASCAR in a way.
Yeah.
But with Fastlane, I don't know, it could surprise us, and who knows what'll happen. But with names like Elimination Chamber and match stipulations for a pay-per-view like that name, I think aren't really that needed. So just having like a regular basic name is fine. Like the pay-per-view payback, I think that's fine for a name like that. It does make sense, and it's actually a pretty cool name for a pay-per-view. So things like that, something pretty basic and not too generic, I guess, and stuff like that. Yeah, that's how I feel about that, though.
Yeah, I miss the old school pay-per-view names like Armageddon, Backlash, all the old ones. And then nothing is WWE creators or more edgier, not like these days.
Yeah.
But no, we just gotta get over it. And if you want to watch old school stuff, if you have the tapes, that's great. If you have the network, just flip it on. By the way, what's your thoughts on the network? Do you have great quality? Is your internet Does your internet buff? Does it slow down? I was just curious on your end, Dave.
For me, on my end, things seem pretty good. In the beginning, it was kind of like buffering and stuff, and I didn't really care for that too much, but I noticed it kind of like skips ahead a little bit, which I'd rather have that than skipping behind and then going back to the part that I already watched. But uh, I will say this, at least for now, it is a little bit getting more better. I did notice that I watch it on my PlayStation 3. Sometimes I'll watch it on my phone if I'm somewhere else and I don't have the PlayStation with me, so. For that too, it's not too bad. I noticed lately on the computer, on my laptop, I know with using Google Chrome, there's been some problems that I can't even really watch it that much. I think Internet Explorer is a little bit better, but I have to really double check on that too as well. I think Firefox might be just as better too as well. So I don't know why it's not working on Google Chrome for the internet. But for the PlayStation 3 and the phone, things are fine for me.
Yeah, some people don't like the W network because maybe because they don't have a great internet connection, or you don't have. I don't know what to tell you, but this is just my tip. You just don't have great internet connection. That's why people are bashing the W network. I think that W network is great because we have a good internet connection. You gotta have to have good internet connection to watch the damn W network.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are still mad because when you go to any store like Best Buy, Walmart, they don't have a lot of DVDs for wrestling or Blu-ray because the network. Well, before the network, they don't have good stuff anyway. I think the ones who really have good stuff is Best Buy, or if you go to your local mall, that one store, I forgot the name of it, FYE is it called, right?
Yep.
Do you have that store out there by you?
I do have it. It looks like the last time when I went there, it looks like they were closing, from what I know, but yeah, I do have it, so I'll have to go back and check and see if it's still there. So, yeah, I do have it for now.
Some of those things there, Dave, is very, very expensive. They overpriced, but when they have major sales, take advantage of it. It's been a while since I go there. Probably sometime after when I get back from California after my mania trip. But I think that's it for this podcast. You want to say anything else before we end this podcast? You want to plug your channels or whatever you want to say, shout outs or whatever? Go for it.
Other than that, there really isn't too much to say since things in the wrestling world with the news wise, and it's been fairly light. But other than that, definitely go check me out on my YouTube channel, which is Fortminorproject, and as well with my Twitter. My Twitter handle is at DavidBarry1989.
Thank you very much, Dave. I really appreciate it.
No
My
problem.
viewers, um, check out the Wrestling News episode 1 if you have not seen it. The link will be down below. Check out my Facebook Live page. Check out my Twitter. It's TeamRyRy32, and especially check out my YouTube. I will keep doing this. I'll do my other videos time for time, and I have a very special video. Some do it wrestling. Okay, I have 2 of them. I don't want to say it on here because then no one wants to check it out. But I'm looking forward to Raw tomorrow night. Hopefully it's gonna be a good one. Hopefully they'll book some matches for this Sunday at the Royal Rumble. Um, you got no shoutouts you want to say, Dave, or anything like that, or no, Dave?
Other than that, that's pretty much it.
Okay. I'm gonna say my friend Lucas Starred, if you out here, if you're listening, he makes good videos. Tony, you make good videos. Keep up the great work. Stephen Breach, Dave, who else? Boston fan, and all your my friends out there. If you're listening, that's great. So thank you very much. I'm gonna sign off. Everyone have a great night, and I'll see you guys next podcast edition, episode 3.